Scotland falls 0-1 to Morocco in a crushing World Cup defeat. Scotland dominated the early going, but Morocco's defense held strong, and as the match wore on, the Scots' attack grew more desperate. The flow of the game was intense, with both teams creating scoring chances, but in the end, it was Morocco who capitalized on their opportunity. The Scots had their moments, but they couldn't find the back of the net, and now they're facing an uphill battle to advance. The team's energy was high, but the final product was lacking, and that's what ultimately cost them the match. Scotland's players gave it their all, but sometimes that's just not enough. The possession numbers were closely contested, with Scotland holding a slight edge, but it was Morocco who made the most of their chances. The shots on goal were limited, but the ones that did get through were dangerous, and in the end, one of them found the back of the net. The stats don't lie. Scotland had their opportunities, but they couldn't capitalize, and that's what made all the difference in this one. The numbers reveal a tightly contested match, with both teams fighting for every inch of space on the pitch. The single biggest moment of the match was Morocco's goal, which came against the run of play and caught the Scots off guard. The build-up was intense, with the Moroccans pushing forward and creating chaos in the Scottish defense. The reaction from the Scottish players was one of shock and disappointment, and it was clear that this was a devastating blow. The goal changed the complexion of the match, and Scotland was never able to recover. It was a moment of brilliance from Morocco, and it ultimately decided the outcome of the game. Scotland's standout performers were their midfield duo, who controlled the tempo of the game and created scoring chances for their teammates. The Scots winger was also impressive, using his speed and agility to beat defenders and create opportunities. The team's defense was solid, but they were ultimately undone by a single moment of brilliance from Morocco. The Scottish players can hold their heads high, knowing they gave it their all and left everything on the pitch. They may not have gotten the result they wanted, but they can be proud of their effort and determination. Subscribe for more World Cup action.